hive cluster is under attack.
For the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of a what? It's going to be some StarCraft Brood War Remastered here on a KnockOut. RJB simply called this a train wreck of a scrap fest when he sent this to me a couple of days ago, which means I need to cast it. Top left, it's going to be a Zerg player. It is a Larva. Not a lot of Larva on the channel. I'll put it on the playlist, though. There's a playlist for Larva if you're a fan of his on this channel. Top right, it's going to be DMNet. Don't know who it is, but he has 380 APM in the early stages of this game against Larva on KnockOut. Not sure I've cast many games on this map, so let's check it out real quick here. We do have a nice natural base with a weird little dip leading into it. It's not a ramp. It's not a level thing. It's just a weird dip leading into your natural base. Main base is fairly large, good for reaver dropping and all that sort of stuff. Top side, we have an expansion with 2 wide openings. We have a minerals only here, harkening back to circuit breakers. And we have expansions at the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock with a ramp leading up to it. All right, and then just mirrored again. So, wide open spaces here, good for surrounds on the Protoss army for Zerg. And fairly easy to defend expansions at the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock, but 12 and 6 have some wide open chokes. So we will see. We will see who's going to go ahead and come out on top here. I think Larva is favored. Doing an overpool opening here. We have ourselves a Forge opening with a scout here from PT the Probe. We are scouting with Terry the Overlord. Yes, I know you're in space. I know you don't like it. I know you're holding your breath. But hey, the Overmind created you so you can hold your breath in space. So you're not dying, so do not complain. Oh, right. When you're holding your breath, you cannot huff Vespene gas. Yeah, I'm on board with you with that, Terry. Just wait until the next map, and then you can go ahead and get high on Vespene gas all you want. Okay, so scouting with the probe here, seeing the late hatch, seeing the pool already done. Good job scouting the correct way, PD the Probe. And the drone is now showing up and saying, hey, finally, some Protoss here. He sees the Forge and says, okay, I know what you're doing. So again, maybe it's going to be a cannon in your natural base here. So I guess we see the probe. The probe is inside the main base, so natural base is free from probes unless there's a second probe, but Larva is not concerned about that. We're going to go ahead and expand to the, we're going to expand to the 9 o'clock here for the third base. Here, sub 3 minutes, sub 3 minute third here from Larva. He sees the Forge and says, I am safe from Zealots, at least for now. And 258, third base, right on the dot there from our guy, Larva. Saturating his gas. Double expanding, technically, here. And an expansion on the way here from our guy, DMNet, who is at 350 APM. This is a Smurf, I feel like. Who is it, man? Is it Bisu? Is it Snow? RJB's tricky software that can figure out Smurfs has no idea who this is. It's just DMNet. But maybe it's not a Smurf. Maybe it's just DMNet, and he's a fast player. He's a fast Protoss player who can hang with Larva. Excellent sniping there by those links, sniping down a probe. We've got a lair on the way. We've got a cybernetics core warping in the wall. No. Where is it? Ah, right above the assimilator there. Interesting place for it, but hey, you can put your cybernetics core anywhere. There is pylon power if you are a Protoss player. So happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Well, I guess it's not a live stream, but I do those every Sunday, where I cast replays sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Brood War. And if you want to hang out on a Sunday stream, say hello, you can do it. We will play live games as well. If you want to hang out, play a little Big Game Hunters, play a little Fastest Map, maybe play a little free-for-all at the end of the stream. Check it out, man. Live streams on Sunday. Saturday's pretty much the same thing, although Saturday is more of Falcon playing something like Mass Recall, which is the Brood War campaign inside the StarCraft 2 engine, and then live games after that. So yeah, Saturday, Sunday, good place to be. I'm also streaming every other day of the week, but, you know, that's a lot. That's a lot for someone to show up to. So Saturday, Sundays are the big days. Citadel on the way. No Stargate. Really? He's not making a Stargate. It's a Spire at the third here, too. Oh, man. know about this. I do not know about skipping Stargate here against someone you haven't scouted that well. DMNet has not been over here to scout since that probe died when it was going back home. Getting out with a scout's going to be hard to do. With these Lings here, too. What is this play? Is it DTs? He's getting a cannon. He's worried about attacks at the front, which makes sense. Lings, Hydralisks showing up at the front. You want those cannons. You want cannons in the mineral lines, though, if the enemy is going for the Spire, but it is also a Hydroden here inside the main base. So what's he going to do? It's going to be a very fast Zealot legs because the Citadel's on the way. And again, there is no Stargate here from DMNet. This is a recipe for disaster. Macro Hatch coming in at the natural base from Larva. He is working on, not working on Hydra upgrades. He has the Hydroden, but I think he's more just keeping that in the back pocket if he needs it. Oh, Lings dive into the main base. Cannons can't kill all of them. One of them gets in, sees the cannon inside the mineral line, sees the Templar Archives and says, oh, DTs, you say? Just straight up DTs, like not DT Corsair. This is a DT opening with speed lots, with a +1 attack. Says, maybe, can I use the Mutalisks to deal with this? Yes, technically, but again, Mutas kill Zealot so slowly, you're going to lose some drones in the process. That's what he's doing. No sign of Lurker Aspect, no sign of Hydra upgrades. We are going Mutalisks right now. He sees no Stargate, and he's trying to make it happen. Sunken trying to come at the natural base. Will it come in before it dies? It cancels the Sunken. He knows. He knows he's not getting it up before it dies. Mutalisks showing up, trying to fight against all this shenaniganry. Like I said, you're going to lose some drones here. There's one drone down. And hard to tell. Good micro here from Larva. Another drone dies. Maybe not. Maybe just the one. That one blood splatter indicates that one died. Trying to get Hatch down here at the natural base. Attacks off on the hatchery are very good too. This Dragoon casually has 3 kills. Zealot trying to get on top of these drones again. I think maybe, I think some Lings died there. I don't think any drones died. It's 23 drones, which is good. The Sunken does get up at the third base where he sees the Spire. He knows about the Spire, obviously, because of the Mutalisks. Oh, look at this micro here, though. Dude, he takes down 2. Okay, 2 drones die here for a Zealot, which is a pretty good trade, economically speaking. Still no Stargate. This man is not going Stargate. He has an Archon. He has cannons. He has anti-air, but not Corsair anti-air. We are back in the StarCraft 1 days, baby. We have nothing at all here was not available in StarCraft 1. There are no Lurkers. There are no Corsairs. This is like a StarCraft 1 game where Mutalisks show up. All you can do is make cannons, Dragoons, and Archons. Maybe build scouts to try to handle these guys, but they don't trade very well. This is weird, man. What a weird game this is. Yeah, so the Mutas fly around. They kill probes. The cannons and the Archons try to hit them, but, you know, cannons are stationary and Archons are slow. And it's such a nightmare. And it was such a nightmare for Protoss that the one thing that they did for the Brood War expansion was made things to try to counter Mutalisks. And they gave you Corsairs. And then most pro players ignored the Corsair for a long time until Bisu was like, hey, guess what? Corsairs are good against Zerg. And then everybody started using them. And they use them to this day. But for a 2025 Protoss player with 300 APM playing against Larva, to not make any Corsairs at all is a very weird choice. And yeah, I can't blame Larva at all. He's building so many Mutalisks. He's still making them. He's got 10. He's making 3 more. He's not giving them an upgrade, which I do find interesting. He's actually working on Hydra upgrade instead here. Well, yeah, Singularity Charge coming in. I think Psystorm's already done. We've got an armor upgrade for the Zealots, which is going to make them even tankier and even harder for the Mutalisks to kill in any amount of time. Yeah, this is insane. What a weird game this is. Not a train wreck yet, but definitely out of the ordinary here for your Monday. So yeah, tons of Mutalisks. No upgrades. Not a Carapace upgrade, not an attack upgrade. I would say attack upgrade here because there are no Corsairs for that Carapace upgrade to negate. Jumping in on your cannons. Not enough cannons to stop 12 Mutalisks, sir. So many here. Archon trying to get hits off. The Mutamicro is too good from Larva. He says, absolutely not. You're not going to stop me. Dragoons getting shots off with Ranger. Good. Psystorm dodging our Mutalisks. There are 8 remaining. They took some damage there. They killed some probes. It's 44 probes to 38 drones here at 10 minutes. More and more Mutalisks in production. He's like, it's been so long. Since I've had a game where I didn't have to worry about Corsairs, this is beautiful. It's going to make all of the Mutalisks in the world. Oh, now he's making Lurkers. Now it's a Brood War game. Now it's a Brood War game. Lurkers did not exist in StarCraft 1. And I know it's a 6-month period between StarCraft 1 and Brood War. So it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but I'm telling you, for somebody who was there, for somebody who was very into StarCraft back in 1998, Lurkers were a big deal. Oh my gosh, cannons just are no match for these Mutalisks. Probes are no match for these Mutalisks. Sub 40 workers right now for our guy, DM Net. Mutas keep dying. He just keeps making them. There we go. Replenish with brand new Mutalisks from the other side of the map. Thinking about getting a 4th base down here, too. Sending 2 Overlords down here. It's like extra worried about DTs making it down to that position, so he's got double detection ready to go, but there are no Corsairs to kill the Overlords. Hives on the way from Larva. I just don't know how Larva doesn't win this game, like, in the next 5 minutes. Just mass Mutalisk is so hard to stop unless you've got those Corsairs. Look at him, all these creep colonies. He's like, okay, now we sunken them. Protoss on the move out. I do need the assistance of some static defense. He's got 8 Sunkens in production at the same time. The Mutalisks are just kind of like, maybe we can just rely on these Sunkens to keep me alive. Because again, this is high ground. This is kind of high ground. You kind of sort of got get into this low ground, and then you're missing shots. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're missing shots, but I guess if you have enough Dragoons, you'll kill it eventually. But yeah, 11 Mutos. No upgrades for these boys still. I don't think we're ever going to get them. If you don't see an attack upgrade or an armor upgrade for air in the first 10 minutes, you're probably never getting one. Mutas diving in. He says, hey, what if I kill everything at your natural base while you're trying to pick down a hatchery at my natural base, guy? How's that sound? The Protoss is like, that's cool. That sounds great, killing that Lurker with Archons and Psystorm. Hatch does go down. Sunkens and Lurkers are so hard to crack here, but it's a lot of Dragoons. And the Mutas do shut down all the mining at the natural base for the Protoss. He doesn't have a 3rd base. But charging in here, Psystorm on the Lurkers. Drones forced to get pulled in to defend. Mutalisks are like, oh, maybe I do need to do something here. That's a lot of Dragoons, and they do have +1 attack and +1 armor against these 0-0 Mutalisks. They're trying to do what they can here. But again, it takes a while to kill a Zealot with 1 armor. Well, I mean, extra armor because they have the upgrade to armor. And then fighting against Dragoons is not something you really want to do all that much either. And this is such a weird game. I'm not sure if it's train wrecky or scrap festy yet, but yeah, this natural base getting busted is massive. Evolution chamber down. Natural base, a ghost town. The good news is the Zerg player has a 3rd base that is looking hot right now, so it's kind of, well, I guess it's 2 base to 2 base now. Blind storming these Lurkers because he doesn't have an obs here. He's got to blind storm it twice, which is not a good use of your resources in storm, but there aren't a lot of Hydras to kill. The Mutas are taking shots. Lurkers coming in from the 3rd base to try to wrap around and trap this Protoss army inside the natural base of the Zerg. And yeah, he's just getting a lot of work. Lurker dies as it tries to burrow in, avoiding Lurker spines there. Archon gonna die to Lurkers. Ah, it's never something that should happen. I think he should be targeting the hatchery right now. He's kind of just, yeah, there we go. Target, target, target. Yep, you're all gonna die, but by all means, take down that hatch. 3 kills, 7 kills, 3 kills. Yep, hatch down, and all the Dragoons can now die happy as the natural base of the Zerg player is dead. It's 2 base to 2 base right now. It is 37 probes to 32 drones. A lot of drones died during that attack. That's a 8-6. Can we get one more kill? No. 8 and 6 kills on those Dragoons. Regular old Zerglings with no attack or armor upgrades killing you is kind of embarrassing, but hey, you're a Dragoon. Lings are going to kill you anyway. So, obs in production. More Mutalisks coming in. He says if you're not going to make Corsairs, we are going to keep making Mutalisks. I will teach you the power of the Mutalisk. Maybe you're too young. Maybe, DM Net, you've never played against a Zerg player without your Corsairs before because they weren't available. Maybe that's not something you've ever done. And maybe you took them for granted. I will teach you the error of your ways. But, I mean, he just lost his natural base to this guy with no Corsairs. So, Larva trying to rebuild his economy here. 30 workers at 14 minutes is not where you want to be as a Larva. Mutas, Lurkers, and no Sunkens here defending against these Dragoons. They've got an Ob. Sniping the Obs would obviously be massive. Can ya get it? Psystorm's flying through. They don't have detection on the Ob, so they can't snipe it right now. It's trying to stay out of range. I mean, oh, he got it. The Overlord was providing detection at that angle. He went south instead of north. A mistake there. But defending the natural base with everything he's got, which is not a lot right now. It is 5 mutas. It is 7 Zerglings and some Lurkers, which are actually the bigger thing here than either of the Mutalisks or the Zerglings. Third base, thinking about it. DMNet, thinking about it. New Obs shows up. Dragoons can fight. He's just sitting here in this little low ground being like, yeah, I'll fight down here. Fighting in low ground is fine. No, buddy. No, buddy, it's not. You really don't want to be sitting here, but it's kind of the nature of the beast on this map is you kind of have to fight from the low ground into the natural base. So it is. It's a ramp into the natural. Technically, that is what it is. Sunk in, gets some hits off on the Zealots, and then goes down. Lings rolling in. They are getting Adrenal. We're going to have the Falcon's favorite 0-0 Adrenal Lings situation here in a second. 0-0. Absolutely insane. All right. Third base Protoss rolling in. Got 1 cannon. Got more on the way. That should be able to handle any number of Lings that show up here well. It can handle the 2 Lings that are showing up here quite nicely. And that's what we're talking about. Nidus on the way for defensive purposes. Yeah, from the third to the natural. Reinforcing purposes there, too. Yeah, 0-0 Lings with speed and nothing else. Out running around, trying to pin down Dragoons. They managed to get that one with the Mutalisk help as well. Adrenal is finishing up. Is he waiting? Is it like an Adrenal timing attack here at 16 minutes? What a... This is just... Sure, man. What a game. This is... If you want to see Mutalisks having tons of value for an entire PvZ... I mean, yes, they still have value because they can snipe down High Templar in this matchup. Even if Corsairs exist, they try to find that angle. But this is just... And no upgrades either. I don't... He's like, I don't feel like getting upgrades. Upgrades are... They're a lot of money. I don't want to do it. Lurkers tried to come down here and deny another expansion. Or maybe, yeah, deny it later. Because I don't think the Protoss is planning on going down there now. But, you know, Lurkers denying it at some point would be pretty nice. But... I don't know that I've seen this much of a commitment to Mutalisks in any game in StarCraft that I've cast without a single armor or attack upgrade. Carapace, 0. Attack, 0. And he's probably made 40 mutas? He's going to make more than that before the game is done. He's really committing to these things because, again, no Corsairs, but, dude, upgrade them. I don't understand. 450 APM and just cannot have... the wherewithal to get an upgrade for these Mutalisks. I feel like I'm watching one of those viewer-submitted replays to the Sunday stream, and I'm like, where are your upgrades, man? Drone, not expanding this way. Protoss shuts that 4th base attempt down very nicely. Good job, DMNet. Mutas, and we're back with another 11 flock. It's just so weird. It's just so weird. He's getting 0-0. At least he's getting upgrades for his ground units, so they'll have something going on. And again, cannons, not great. Against mutas, not one of them anyway. More probes getting absolutely obliterated here at the natural base. No. 4 of them went down, 1 volley. 28 probes. So many probes have died today. Is he going to bypass this? No, he's going to find an angle. Trying to dodge a storm. He's lost 1 Mutalisk in the engagement here thus far. Back into the natural base. Sniping probes down. It's like, I feel like I'm playing a TVZ. Finally, a Stargate gets warped in. DMNet. Maybe I do want some Corsairs. This is ridiculous. This is such a ridiculous number of Mutalisks. But Larva's in trouble. He's 3-basing versus a 3-baser. Yeah, he's got a worker advantage right now, but 3-base to 3-base is not a good place to be for a Zerg in this situation. So the Stargate, yes. And finally, DMNet says, fine. If you're not going to stop harassing me with Mutalisks, I guess I'll bring out some Corsairs reluctantly at the 20-minute mark. What a weirdo. And also, finally, 4th base at 20 minutes. The 3rd base was sub 3 minutes today for Larva, and his 4th base is delayed to 19 minutes because of how scrappy this game has been. Consume is on the way. Defiler Mound is done. He's working on armor upgrade. Oh, okay, here we go. Triple evolution chamber. 1, 2, And 3 is somewhere. Falcon is blind. Don't worry about it. Oh, yeah, right there. 1, 2, and 3. Triple upgrades on the Evo chambers across the board. Fun stuff there. More High Templar in production for DM Net because he knows. And where are the Corsairs? He's got 1. He made 1. Oh, my gosh. He made 1 Corsair. He made 1 Corsair. This is the most reluctant Corsair-producing Protoss player I've ever seen. I mean, okay, I've seen players that don't make Corsairs before, but then they die in the first 10 minutes to the Zerg because that's how you die. This guy's surviving 20 minutes, which is not bad. Crackling attack into the 4th base here. It's a minerals-only base, but it's still a pretty big deal. Crackling's on top of your probes and Muta's on top of your probes. They're not going to kill all of them. The Corsair's like, I guess, pew, 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 seems a little bit unsure of themselves because it's a 1 Corsair army with no upgrades against a big flock of Mutas. Again, no upgrades. I feel like I need to keep hammering this point. Okay, Larva getting a 4th base here. It's minerals only, but hey, Protoss's 4th base is also minerals only. I think this is a situation where Larva's the better player, but economically, he's so far behind, the Protoss is hanging. I think that's how it can work in StarCraft sometimes. Greater Spire is on the way. Sure. Are you trying to go Guardians? Maybe. Devourers make no sense here. It's got to be Guardians. But this isn't going Guardians trying to crack the corner of a map that's already mined out. Right? Like super, super late game PvZ between Jaedong and Shuttle or Hero and Snow. I've had games like this on the channel where it's super duper late game and everything's mined out and the Zerg needs to break the bottom right-hand corner of a map. Because that's where the money is. And the Protoss has it, and the Zerg doesn't. So the Zerg makes a bunch of Guardians to try to crack that position. It doesn't work. Because Guardians are slow and squishy and die to everything, and then the Zerg taps out. Seen it a lot. I think like it's worked a couple times. But it's really rare. And that's what Guardians are for in this matchup. Guardians are not for 20 minutes, where an entire third of the map hasn't been touched yet. What are you doing, Larva? By the way, Dark Swarm Lurker at the top of the ramp is pretty tough to break, as we can see the army really hesitant to come into this Dark Swarm. There are no Sunkens here. Yeah, man, the Storm is good. Yeah, and he's just Archoning up the guys that are spent of energy. Not enough energy. And then he full sends once he has enough Archons to kind of walk into the Dark Swarm and kill it. There is a Sunken here, by the way. And by that, I mean it's dead now. Oh, the drones did not evacuate from this position. It was not safe for work environment, guys. That hurts. That knocks it to 31 drones to 31 probes. An even worker count. Very low worker counts on both sides. This is where the scrap fest comes in for this game. That's what RJB was talking about, man. And here we go. He's just making Guardians. 0-0 Guardians. Get the Archons in there, man. Stop letting the Dragoons eat these link shots inside the orange cloud of doom. Corsairs, like, I don't have any kills yet. Maybe I'll try to kill an Overlord. Yeah, that's a good trick. I'll kill an Overlord. The Dark Swarms are very good here from Larva. Really excellent. Corsair takes a Scourge hit. Still doesn't have a kill. Come on, get a kill. Little Corsair that could. Oh, he got a kill. All right, he can die happy now. Need more Archons, more Zealots against these Lings inside the cloud of doom. 1-1 Cracklings. Guardians moving into position to harass this 3rd base of DM Net. Somehow wanders into cannon range. It eats a storm before getting anything done at all, which is just awesome. These are, there you go, pre-split against Psystorm. This is the best you can do. Hope that your Guardian doesn't wander into cannons on its own, because they will do that. Because Reavers do it too, man. It's not just Guardians. Reavers will wander into sunken defense range for no reason. Because pathing is hard in StarCraft Brood War. That's why. Okay, so they're poked up here. They've denied all mining at the 3rd base. There we go. This is how maybe Larva wins this game, is by denying mining at the 3rd base. Here for DM Net. More lurkers, more lings, more high ground, no sunkens to defend here. Super annoying. You can kind of stage up here, though, and then go. Yeah, Archons with +3 attack against lings. 17 kills. Blah, blah. Dying to a lurker. Blah, blah. He down. This is scrappy. More Archons. Into the Dark Swarm we go. Archons are good into the Dark Swarm. Trying to take a 12 o'clock base? No. That is not happening. Like, one Zergling going over there would shut that down. One Crackling with +1 attack upgrades. These Guardians, can they get an angle on that Nexus at all? There we go. Taking down a cannon. Feel like he could have been doing that a while ago. Zealots charging into the breach, bringing the Obs in, jumping on top of the Lurkers. Can they kill them? Hydras and Lings are in there too. They're causing major problems. The Archon is not participating in the battle. We really need you, Archon. We need you in here now. What are you doing? He's just falling back. I think the Archon would have made all of the difference in there and maybe could have prevented the retreat from the Protoss. Okay, cannons down. Now the Nexus starts getting hit. I love making an Archon over there. Build a... Oh, there's a Devourer here to defend the Guardians against if a Corsair shows up. That's amazing. That's amazing from Larva. We are getting Devourers against the one Corsair that probably died at some point when I wasn't watching and is not being reproduced. And yeah, no Corsairs, fairly sure. Fairly confident in saying that here at the 26-minute mark. What is this match? Larva still hasn't expanded down the bottom left at all. This 12 o'clock base is alive, but really should be dead. Yeah, he's just so distracted by the Protoss in the situation that... Dude, come on, don't... Yeah, he should have just fought there instead of trying to run. Hey, I think this... Yeah, I think that's an accident. I don't think he knew that was there. I think he took an alternate path because he was getting chased. But he's like, oh, okay, sure, we'll take a Nexus down. That is such a terrible attempt at expanding from DMNet. Buddy, really? That's what you're going to do? Expand towards the Zerg player? Oh, expand further. I guess the Guardian harassment is real down this way, so this is really bad. This is really falling apart for DMNet all of a sudden. Probe count sub 30. It's only 34 for Larva. It's not like he's been killing it. Dude, the Archon kills here today by Larva have been sick. Okay, that is an alive Nexus. Tell you what. He's back into mutas. Yeah, space is dead. All right, cool. So Protoss is dead. Zerg is not crazy happy. He's at 76 supply at 27 minutes, which is just a very low supply count. Yeah, that Nexus is dead too. There's no income for the Protoss anymore. Yeah, this is a GG. This is a GG. You lose 3 Nexuses in the space of about 60 seconds, you lose the game. You can't protect them effectively. You didn't have any Psystorm. You didn't have any Reavers sitting there to assist. You just die. What a weird Protoss player this is. So yeah, despite the fact that he's taking Larva to a 27-minute game, 19-kill Lurker, I don't think he's going to be qualifying for ASL 21 anytime soon. Yeah, Protoss has the money to rebuild 2 Nexuses, refuses to deal with these Guardians in any meaningful way. Maybe he already killed them, though. Hold on, where did they go? The Guardians appear to be dead, so something killed them. Maybe Psystorm took them out. Devourer has 4 kills, but probably from when it was a Mutalisk. I don't think it's been killing air stuff. Not much air stuff to kill over here, unless you're killing Obs, or that one Corsair died. That's all the air stuff that the Protoss is rolling with right now. Back into fully and wholly unupgraded Mutalisks. 2 unupgrades on the Lings. 3-3 on the Archons. Yeah. Yeah, cannon down, easy. Nexus down, not as easy. Goes after the more guaranteed damage with the probes. Doesn't get one of those. That's okay. It's 9 probes remaining. 9 for the Protoss. He's rebuilding his minerals-only base. He has no gas. He is not even fully saturated at his natural. He's making a DT that appears to be stuck. I think it's trying to get out. No, it's not stuck. It just took a roundabout path to get there. And this gas is not fully saturated either. I mean, it's depleted, but you're still getting returns on gas here, man. And you need it so bad. But also, he needs minerals, and he only has 12. So I guess he intentionally pulled those probes off to get minerals, because minerals are going to be hugely important here. Yeah, Larva hasn't taken another base yet. I keep expecting to see him get a base down that left side. It's just not happening. Okay. You were above 9 workers. Now you're below. Now it's 8. Now it's 7. Now it's 6 and 5 and 4 and 4 probes. These mutas are 0-0 mutas. I don't know how many times I can say that before I realize what's going on here. I keep forgetting. How are these unupgraded mutas? I swear Larva has made 60 mutas today and not a single attack or armor upgrade on them. It's like those players that make 500 Zerglings and never give them Adrenal in a 40-minute game, and it drives me insane. Okay, so Larva is going to try to set up a base down here in the bottom left. There you go. Finally taking it. He tried taking it at 20 minutes. Well, it was shut down, and now is back at 30 minutes to try to take a 4th base down this way. This is... He's not going to get a 4th geyser until 30 minutes. That's what kind of game this has been. Protoss is chasing him. Protoss is like, hey, if I could stop this base, maybe I can win this game. Ooh. Did he attack his own zealot to splash damage the egg that was on the ramp? I don't know. But either way, there's lurkers up here, and it's very scary. So Protoss runs for it. 3rd base is not worth killing. This base is worth killing, but look at that. Absolute sunken, ling, crackling Hydra death trap waiting for you if you give it a shot. The Muta's trying to snipe High Templar as much as they can. I think they got one there. And then we do have some High Templar at this base. Really not enough money for Reavers today from our Protoss. 7-kill High Templar. Got another Storm in him. Thank you very much. Kidder and Amulet is a good upgrade. Just sending Lings across to try to kill his base. If you kill this base, you win. And I think he knows that. And yeah, 87 to 40 supply. Cannon down. Probes getting targeted. It's over 10 workers. Congratulations. But it's only 12 now for DM Net. 12. This is a ridiculously low econ game. It's 33 workers for the Zerg, which would be low, except the Protoss is at 13. That's the nature of the beast here, is that both players are incredibly low economy for 32 minutes on a giant map like this, like Knockback. It's the Zerg that wouldn't give upgrades to the Mutalisks he produced, and it is the most Corsair reluctant Protoss I've ever seen. Why is he not making Corsairs? He made the one, and then he reluctantly killed an Overlord with it, and then was like, that's all. I lost that Corsair, never making another one. Don't have to worry about these 0 Carapace Mutalisks. Corsairs they're just not good. I'm just not going to make them. You crazy dude. This guy was in a coma for the last 25 years and missed Bisu revealing to all Protoss players how good Corsairs are, and he's like, yep, Corsairs are bad, guess I'm not going to do them. Lings get a cannon because of course they do. They're good against cannons when they don't have Adrenal. When they have Adrenal, cannons are not the answer to these guys at all. Oh, that's got to be a cancel. Maybe Archon. Getting a hit here would be good. Okay, saves the Nexus. He saves it. He says, well, Zerg player got bottom left. That's bad. I need to retake the 3 o'clock, which has been the side of many a dead probe here. Back into Guardians we go. The dude has made Mutas, Guardians, and Devourers, and just absolutely no sense. No sense of upgrading for them at all. Somebody translate the Korean for me, and I'll pin your comment in the chat. But Larva's responding to something that DMNet has to say. This base, once again, I just don't know that Larva's sending enough. Well, Dark Swarm, there you go. I was going to say, I'm not sure he has sent enough today to kill this base, but then he did with a solid Dark Swarm Lurker Ling setup. Oh, man. Absolutely insane. Insane stuff. Like, what a great showing from this Protoss player against Larva. Again, unknown Protoss against Larva. This game should have been over 20 minutes ago at the longest, but he held on. He fought hard. He had good storms. He had good Archon play. Just Corsairs. Just make us some Corsairs. That's all. That's all I'm asking. And I do think if Larva gave his mutas like a 2-2 or even heck a 3-3, this game would have been over a long time ago. They would have stood and fight against these Dragoons. They would have killed probes immediately. They could have killed Nexuses with those upgrades. The Guardians would have done much better than they did, although they did end up denying the 3 o'clock entirely a couple of times. So yeah, weird, zany train wreck of a match. I think that's true. It's 100 supply for Larva with 37 drones. That's it. That's all he has here at 34 minutes. That's crazy. So yeah, good effort by the Protoss, but at the end of the day, just too much Larva, too much skill, too much Muta play, just not countering the Mutas at all. I mean, look, Psystorm and Archons and Dragoons and Cannons kind of counter the Mutas, but Corsairs, where are the Corsairs, man? 220,000 points and 191 in favor of Larva, outproducing 3-1. Larva outkilling 2-1. That's your number right there. Structures raised 29-17. In favor of the Zerg, and the outspend by the Zerg is by about 11,000 resources. That's a GG, man. Woo! What a fantastic showing. What a great play by the Protoss player. Again, just kind of missing Corsairs, and then good job by Larva winning anyway, despite how scrappy it was. So amazing. And that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. All at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.